Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another day here at the PGL Wallachia Season 1 Western European Closed Qualifiers. I'm only Pixel, I'm here with Trent, and we're getting ready for what's going to be a brilliant day of Dota 2. We've got some crazy teams here on the final day. This is the lower bracket finals. It's Mouz versus OG. Winner of this, of course, will go on to play Tundra in the finals for the one spot that is available for getting to that main tournament, getting to PGL Wallachia Season 1, where you're able to play for a prize pool of $1 million. So a lot on the line here. $1 million. It's a lot of money, Trent.
That's a lot of money. $1 million? Oh my goodness. Oh, and what are you going to do when you win the $1 million tournament?
I don't know. Yeah, indeed. I'm thinking about probably applying next season. You know, I thought I'd give the pro players a chance. I didn't want to take all the money from them. You know, so next season I'll be there. I'll be playing.
You have a year to decide how to spend your fortune. I understand.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
The teams that are in it are still at this point. It's pretty crazy, right? We've already had to say goodbye to Entity, right? They got knocked out yesterday by Mouz. And we're here, you know, OG in the lower bracket. And up against Mouz, a team that I think maybe before the qualifiers, people might not have expected much from. Yes, there's some names that people will obviously recognize from the players. But I think they're playing the best we've seen these players play on Mouz. This is a team that I don't think OG's woken up today and is approaching this series like, oh, this is a free win, because it's absolutely not. Mouz could shake things up here. They could knock them down.
Yeah, they're on their grind right now. That is exactly where we're at, right? You have to come through the Opens. Then they played through the Dream League qualifiers as well, which they got knocked out of by Entity in a 2-0. So they've already conquered that, right? Taken care of. And the last time they played OG, the series went 2-1. In favor of OG, yes, but Mouz did take their game off there. So they've only grown stronger since then. And this is their chance. Oh, sorry, I should say their last side before they got 2-0. They did get 2-0 by OG a few days ago, or yesterday. But then before that, they took a game off them. So it's okay. They're growing stronger. But in terms of heroes, this looks very familiar to what you and I have been seeing over the past couple days. The Batrider still looks good. The Disruptor is banned. The IO's banned. And we got ourselves a little bit of a flexible Tiny here with the last overall pick being there for Mouz and this possible mid, possible offlaner even, but most likely support Tiny in the mix.
Yeah. Now let's see if I mean, as you say, with the matchups that these two have had against each other so far, both should have pretty good reads on exactly what they do and don't want to play as and against in this matchup. Let's see who has the better read overall. I think from Mouz, myself and yourself the other day, and then myself and Fogs yesterday, we've got to watch Mouz again, and some of their players, I think in particular, Narman and Unit are really popping off recently. So always interested to see what Narman's going to get his hands on, which I guess, as you said, in this situation is probably going to be Narman Tiny. And then obviously for Unit, is Medusa, Gyro, and Luna's have kind of been the main ones for him. And obviously Medusa and Luna are still in the pool if they want to go that way. The Gyro from OG, that does get the respect of being banned out.
Yeah, all super solid heroes right now. So, and the other ban out, of course, the IO, something that OG have been playing a lot of lately. So we are gonna have to mix it up a little bit here. I'm sure coming into this, they probably expect they weren't gonna get it again, considering they played it 3 of their last 4 games. Tundra deciding to just leave it in and defeat it. In fact, they didn't even ban it in that game too, and Tundra then just beat OG. OG didn't even go for it in the second match. So. Mouz, though, they're going to grab this Bane, something that we also saw Ducalis playing just the other day. But not a super popular hero, but still does Bane things. Wants to lock down lanes, give your safe laner a pretty good time.
Yeah, I think we've seen it a few times kind of get picked up against the bat as well. Teams seem to like that as a bit of a way to deal with, or at least, you know, hold back this hero, stop him from being able to firefly all over you and getting in and out of the team fights. They'll get themselves to Doom.
The potential for the lane manipulation is always something that Bane's really good versus, because if you have these heroes trying to just drag waves and ruin things on your side lanes, you can just nightmare them. And like you said, if he's just trying to run all over you, Batrider tends to rely on that a little bit there too. But a Doom, not a hero that you and I have got to cast together, at least not too often.
No,
I think he's been either banned out or ignored.
Yeah, there's sort of just been other offlaners, right, that have been pretty hot right now. OG with the draft here. I mean, I imagine it's not going to be much more than this being the off-lane Doom and the mid DK, but it feels like, they're happy to show quite a bit here in these opening kind of first 3 picks, showing off 2 cores. Least likely to. Unless, do they do Doom support or anything crazy with this DK?
Yeah, you would think that you would have to have it as an option when you pick it up like
when you do Doom DK as your 2 and your 3, yeah.
But maybe it's just something that Whisper's just been really comfortable on lately, and he just wants to play the Doom, feels good about it.
Okay.
Kind of surprising, though.
Yeah,
everyone's back, or everyone's in the pool still in terms of offlane heroes.
And this feels pretty good, right? You get yourself a Razor. Could be doing, we've seen some teams obviously doing the mid Razor. Even if you wanted to do it in the safe lane, if you're looking at the 2 likely cores that OG's shown here, you know that this Razor's going to have a pretty nice matchup probably. Unless indeed OG's putting one of these as some sort of support position or doing something a bit off the wall.
Yeah, they've got to be feeling pretty good about this with last pick as well. Like, grab another pretty stable laner and then see what OG's got, and then you can potentially really lock them into some bad situations when your first core picked is already Razor. You get another super strong laning heroes. But they're going to take their time on it here. And OG, of course, likely to just... Well, I guess they might end up just picking their carry after this, too, because, they got the double pick in a row. So this is basically the chance to pick what you really don't want to get banned, as Mouz opt for the Enigma.
Okay. It's from the draft, it looks like they're going to be up against 2 melee cores, so the Black Hole's going to be feeling pretty good. Naga Siren, so indeed, as you say, with the way that they were going with the draft, they're like, well, we'll pick our carry now as well. Get that out. And Tomato's going to get the Naga Siren. Not bad against the Enigma, of course. Can definitely be coming in with some good sleep saves if you're not the one to get caught. And, overall, pretty solid carry. We do see this one get contested quite a bit in the drafts recently.
Yeah, Force has really been, forcing the Enigma, I guess, especially versus OG. Because the last 2 times he's played it has been versus OG. And, I don't know, the offlane Enigma has not looked super successful very much lately. But, the items for the hero are pretty solid right now, right? Like the early Vlads that most heroes will go for. And then a lot of teams are just trying to play into this, Blink BKB style of almost like a more classic Enigma. After we had our Wraith Pact versions and just all out auras all the time versions, we're kind of now back to a bit more of the classic one. Puts a lot of pressure on you, though.
What's up with his final bans
this time?
I guess I think OG, I think Ari does sometimes play Doom 4, right? And then Seb on the 5 bat. Is that a chance?
I'm sure it's possible.
Because they're banning out these pucks and cottles, so I think Mouz are anticipating that one of these heroes is going to be running a support capacity.
It has been a while since they have busted out the Doom on Ari.
Oh, has it actually? Have you got the stats on that?
The last time I'm looking,
yeah,
he hasn't done it in the last month, so
okay. Maybe has he never done it?
It's possible. It's definitely possible. Yeah. They picked it so early, it has to be possible.
Yeah. But with the Wyvern pick, it probably is just going to be the cause, as we assume, and then I guess Wyvern here. Wyvern for Seb, bat for Ari, I would imagine.
Possibly. Or perhaps, if it looks good enough, maybe BZM Wyvern?
They could do, because indeed, you put the mid, and then maybe it's a mid-Razor, you're able to play the range advantage. OG definitely could be cooking up something here with this draft.
All right, well, Mouz, they have just gone the route of, we've been playing some heroes that work really well for us, and this is one of them. Olnit, he won his last 2 Alk games. That's how they defeated Entity.
Yeah.
Both their wins were Alk. Bringing it back. It is the Ari Doom.
Okay.
It's the Ari Doom.
So they were going for that flex. They go for that switch around, and then the question is, okay, yeah, it's just going to be Seb Wyvern. Almost. Well, I guess BZM and Whisper could switch this up. Depends who wants to go against the Razor. And maybe the DK doesn't, but he will anyway. Okay, BZM will still take it to the mid with the DK, and Whisper will play some off-lane bat. So yeah, a switch up from OG, which I guess was kind of anticipated, or Mouz felt that something was up because they were banning mids, even though BZM's hero was already picked. So they did think that maybe OG was going to do this. They didn't expect specifically this, because obviously Seb getting the last pick means that, BZM does stay on the mid DK. It's just the fact that the Doom has shifted to the 4. I mean, what do you make of this? This is OG trying to trip up Mouse with a bit of a different, reveal to their draft. I mean, did you actually see when exactly was the last time they played Ari Doom?
I don't know. I went back over a month and hadn't seen it. I mean, I think more importantly it might be the Whisper Bat, because this was something that he was one of the first people to try and bring it back into the off lane, and it was to some success, but not a whole lot. So I feel like they kind of gave up on it. So they haven't done that in quite a while. But now he's feeling it's been about a month since he's done it. So yeah, maybe they just came in today, had some ideas, and the problems with the offlane bat is that it just feels like you get almost as much out of the support bat. It's already so good at farming up those neutral camps and getting in towards that blink dagger that it means that you really need to crush the lane, I feel like, as the offlane bat for this to be worth it.
This is going to be interesting. Let's see if OG's sort of switch up will get them the edge here against Mouz. I mean, talking more specifically as well about this final pick from Mouz, the Unit Alchemist. What do you sort of make of this when it comes to kind of the matchups? Why is this the hero for this game from their perspective?
I mean, there's a Naga Siren, so we've seen the Naga Siren games that are super successful get pretty frustrating because of the overall map control. We had that game where it felt like they were losing basically the whole game, and yet it's really hard for the other team to just take advantage of winning because Naga Siren is just pushing everything out. And Alchemist, not only is he pretty good at controlling waves and stuff because of his own radiance and whatnot, but just this idea of you're so strong, when you hit that timing of BKB into Blink and your team wants to play with you with your radiance and you're just running into the enemy team, it's pretty hard to stop. I think it's also, we all know that carry players love to just retreat to the jungle right now, and there's a lot of space to do it. So I think Alk's just a very strong hero. That being said, they do have a core bat, a core Dragon Knight, and those are heroes that are pretty solid at scouting out those jungle areas and perhaps chasing you down. So Whisper is definitely Olnit's major enemy in this match.
Let's see as we get this one kicked off, ladies and gentlemen. A very important series down in the lower bracket finals in this qualifiers. Loser of this best of 3 out of the running for a spot at the PGL Wallachia Season 1. We'll see who's able to take it. So far, overall series results have favored OG in this matchup. But Mouse, definitely a team that's seeming to be getting stronger and stronger through these qualifiers. Definitely learning a lot as well with their losses. Let's see if they're able to pull it out the bag here today against OG where it matters the most.
We'll see which one of these old school offlane heroes is going to be more successful, the Enigma or the Bat Rider.
Yeah.
Each one dominating the offlane for 2 or 3 years at a time, it feels like.
I mean, from what you've said as well recently with the series, there's definitely some sort of downsides to having them in sort of the offlane position. What would you sort of consider those to both be for these heroes when played in offlane right now? What can go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I think it's not so much about what they're bad at. It's almost what they can just do better in other roles, particularly the bat. That's definitely Bat's issue. That is just I'm so solid on support. Why do I need to be a core right now? I think the fact that Whisper's playing as a core is almost more it's just trying to also boost up Ari, because he's picked a hero that can go and farm the jungle so much, and then hopefully Ari can also be getting a lot of farms. So I feel like they're almost going to have this 2 3.5s situation going on. Whereas the Enigma, it can get counterpicked pretty hard in the laning stage with any sort of AoE to try and deal with the Eidolons. That's usually been the main problem. For now, he does have that really strong partner in the Tiny, which is something that we've seen before. When we do have this core offlane Enigma, because you can do some pretty cheeky stuff with the tosses into the Eidolons, and they just complement each other well throughout the entire game. As Olnit is really low.
Oh my goodness! He's gonna live! Oh, dude, that concoction, coming out just in time before that right click would have connected. Olnit will be able to save himself. Has he got anything coming out in the courier? He has got a salve on the courier, actually, so can afford to stick around for the most part. Same time up top lane, Seb. Put the Fairy Fire, but he's going down. That's first blood here for Force. As Force and Narman are able to take him out. Tomato trying to find a kill in return, attempting with some body blocks of the illusions, but it's not going to work. Force, he's going to be perfectly fine.
Oh, That's so big to live right there as the Enigma too. Nice use of the early aggression with all these Eidolons. Tons of damage out there. As Seb does immediately come back though. So of course going to be a bit careful, but not even going to try and pressure him. He recognizes there is the threat of just being tossed.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Get over there to tag him with an Arctic Burn.
Yeah, we saw this lane being played the other day by Pablo and Gibe to great effect.
That's right, yeah.
You're just getting the Eidolons out, and as you say, once you toss back and you're having to spend all this time trying to create the distance, it gives more than enough time for these Eidolons to just pummel into you and do a crazy amount of damage early on.
Yeah, bad start for Seb. I mean, this is a hero that's trying to bully a little bit in the lane with the Arctic Burn and everything, and he can't even get over to towards the Lotus Pool. He's being zoned back by the Eidolons, but of course, part of the reason why he's being picked is this long plan, the long con here of the Winner's Curse versus the Enigma's Blink BKB. So no Rubik available, going for another hero that's got a decent range, and oh wow, decent range there on BZM's right clicks apparently. He takes down Supreme's Courier in the mid.
Yeah, he's doing pretty hot here as well. We've got 15 and 8 on BZM versus the 14 for 6 for Supreme. So it just goes to show, even though you're the melee against that static link, as a DK between the Breathe Fire and just the survivability of the Dragon's Blood, you can still afford to get the CS easily.
Yeah, a lot of it comes down to the spacing with the stun too.
Yep.
Just it's pretty hard to get that perfect range, I would imagine, for Supreme, especially when BZM has invested in the boots.
And bottom lane.
Just the one kill, eh?
Everything's kind of calmed down since then. I mean, bottom unit, he's not really getting pressured massively. Sure, he's not having the easiest time of farming, but after that very close situation with... Oh, let's actually see him try for a bit of attempt onto Ari. Isn't going to opt to drop down the acid spray for this. Doesn't feel that they can commit for the kill. And won't have enough damage. And Whisper and Ari are heading back over towards Bengen, but hard for them, they themselves, to make an aggressive move. They won't be getting anything here.
Yeah, it's also another advantage of the Alchemy was just having that stun. Like we already saw it once versus Ari with the save, but it will help control up Whisper there too, because between the Nightmare and the stun from the Alchemist, it's hard to make those full commitments as a Bat Rider, because, you love diving towers. But it's very often you'll be in a laning stage where just the support has some control and maybe the carry doesn't have a lot to help in those situations. Mid lane here, Supreme. That's the Fairy Fire. BZM, he still wants it.
Oh my goodness, he's
gonna
get. Ooh, no, he needed one more hit, and he's not gonna get it. Bengen's in with the sleep. It was a really good effort there from BZM. They'll get the toss back onto him. A couple of tower hits and a brain sap. As if BZM's able to continue to walk this one off. Fill up for the TP out. They don't have anything to stop it, so BZM will be able to bail out of that one, but I mean, he's so close there to getting that solo kill on Supreme. That was a great effort from BZM.
Yeah, and forcing out these two support rotations, can they make anything happen on the side lanes because of it? Like, you can see down bottom, right? They're just diving all of it. They're like, we have to take advantage of this. Well, they're going to turn back on a bang. And what have I come back into?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, they'll get a kill out of this one. As indeed banging. Oh, I mean, Yorn considering coming back over to help out. See if he can throw out a concoction at least. No, he can't. Can't mess around with these three. So OG able to get themselves a kill on the board.
Got musical lanes a little bit here. Seb making this all the way down here. Left Tomato alone up top now. Force is getting pretty huge, as you can see. Using the Eidolons to maximum effect here. Getting some denies in the lane. A big push here. This early buckler that we've seen before. And is that finished Vlad's already?
That's going to be quick for sure.
Vlad's flying out.
Yeah. It's a really good farm on the Enigma. Yeah, top net worth. And
Wolf Supreme getting bullied here as they hit 6 on BZM first.
Ari kind of dying to the Eidolons.
Will be able to survive. Trying to get a blood grenade on first.
I mean, Whisper, yeah, I mean, Armor's going to throw the tip out for that one. Whisper completely missing the flame break there. Sort of flame broke himself. Didn't do anything at all. His mouse can easily get back away from this and force, despite the fact that attention was drawn towards his top lane, he can continue to be quite happy up here.
Man, Force is just a wall up here. All these Eidolons of Lads, you're gonna be feeling just fine.
And just a sort of a couple of pushes away from being able to take this tier 1 tower. Already incredibly low. Yeah, I'll throw the Eidolons in on this. I mean, they're going to get it here. 8 minutes in, the tier 1's taken.
That is a Naga Siren, of course, so, you know, not a hero that particularly cares too much. She's all right running into the jungle. The question is how much pressure and how much can they gain from just the neutral camps that are essentially allocated to you because of this. And, ooh, nice Steve Ward in the mid lane here, but there's a lot of Radiant heroes.
Yeah, we're going to see some action. Attempted here. Supreme has got a good static link going as well. Amplified damage. It's going to be a lot of damage coming out from this Razor unless they can take him out. They're going to try and burst through him. They've got the lasso. They'll kill him off, but not before BZM falls. 1 for 1. OG should be able to turn it into a 2 for 1 as they run down Bengen, get the second kill.
And it works out for them in the end. Again, heavy rotations, but they're ready for it. Straight back to farming after. Meanwhile, Olnitz and Tomato just doing their thing on the edges of the map. Back and forth right now. Timing on the Radiance. I mean, we've seen a couple. 13 minutes, 14 minutes. He's already got Tread's Bracer. I imagine 14, maybe the end of 13. We'll get a good stack here on the small camp. Love that. That's where all the gold is for the Oct players. They love that one.
I'll see if OG bring any attention down here to try and push on it out of this area, or at the least take away his tier 1 tower. That's one thing that they don't really have early on outside of the Dragon Knight's rotation. Not the easiest ways to take tower. It really is all down to BZM on where he wants to push with each of his dragon forms.
They are going to be so mobile on OG, man. They currently have 4 Blink Daggers queued up. Everyone is queuing Blink except Tomato. That might be an overspend on mobility. I don't know. That's a lot of gold for no stats, but we'll see.
Bottom banging.
Get the kills.
He's looking for the setup here. Narman's heading over. Narman's going to get held back by a Dragon Tail, but Bengen's got the 6. He has the Fiend's Grip onto Whisper. There's no way to save him. As Whisper's gone, Narman with the Avalanche on Ari also able to find the toss back over towards Supreme. Mouz swing across towards the bottom lane and take out 2 members of OG without OG being able to really do anything about that whatsoever. They just were not prepared at all for that sort of move to come in from Mouz.
Gotta be one of the worst feelings of the game. When you're rotating down towards the Alchemist lane, like trying to mess things up a little bit, get rid of his tower, slow him, and you get turned around on there.
Quick
Just
moves.
Kicks the timer even closer for Radiance.
Back on with the pressure in mid. BZM. Dragons form up. See what sort of answer this gets. Supreme is going to be heading over. Look to try and pull the creep wave away, but it's quite a heavy push from
Blink
OG.
reveal. Can he get him?
He's in, and he will find it. Jumps in, lasso. They'll even drop down the Doom. They want this Razor dead. And no trouble taking down Supreme. And those couple of spells being thrown at him, and that'll be the tower secured. So good push from OG to secure this tier 1 mid and continue to keep Supreme held behind.
This is the domino effect Blink Dagger that they need. Like this, that kill is getting more gold for the Dragon Knight. Then he gets his Blink Dagger, and then, you know, it's more gold for Ari because they're going to keep getting these kills, keep getting these towers. But you can't miss all these lassos and these dive plays. Because the thing about Blink Daggers is, like, again, they give you no stats. But if you hit your spells, then you just win fights. And then the more you have, on the one hand, you're spending more and more on this just, like, outright mobility and no stats. But they work better in conjunction, obviously. So as long as you're synergized with them, it can be an incredible tool to mass Blink Daggers. But it's when you make that one mistake that it feels totally awful. So it's a good start for sure. We'll see if they can keep going with the next lasso in 30 seconds.
There's no space for Force. He's really just continued to have this whole top half of the map to himself. I mean, do you think they themselves will look to smoke up with their Blink on Enigma here?
I think not as eagerly. I think he'll probably play it a little bit more defensively. Like, kind of how he's playing right now. Because they know that OG are sort of going to be forcing these issues. They have 4 heroes that want to be super active right now. They just want to leave Tomato alone, let him do his thing. They want to make all the space on the map. And Force can be quite a bit greedier, I think. He really wants to get towards that BKB before he's feeling a little bit more confident in this hero. They've already lost the mid tower, so he's not going to be pulled in to defend that. That bottom tower is going to fall any second. I think they're going to play a little more split up. They have some great vision inside that Radiant jungle right now, though, from OG. That's definitely worrisome.
Both teams, yeah, the carries at least doing their best to outfarm one another. But yeah, you've got to imagine with the quick timing of this Radiance on Ornit, he should be able to stay just a little bit ahead of the Naga Siren for the most part. Unless Tomato gets involved in some earlier fights. Going to be a lot of money on this Alchemist. And yeah, there it is. 13 minutes in. And the timing of the treads and the Radiance. Top tier here from Unit.
Force is looking really dead.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
No way.
Okay. Instant reaction there to the blink forward from BZM. Was that just sort of fortune timing? Did he have vision of BZM approaching with the Eidolons? Did he... Either way, he's out.
Smoked.
Oh, BZM was smoked before the blink. Oh, so that was just straight up... That was just some straight up Zuma reaction time there.
Yeah, I mean, okay, now he was thinking about this plan because he had actually scanned the Twin Gate like 30 seconds before because he's like, I know they're coming for me. So he might have figured, oh no. What? His Radiance Courier just got killed by Batrider?
Wait, where? How? Wait,
down bottom. He killed it down here, like in the down near where the tier 1
He bought that literally 40 seconds ago. What was it doing on a courier?
He must have sent the courier to their secret shop, I guess, and tried to fly it back to him.
Oh, that hurts. All right, that's definitely a slowdown for Unit, losing his courier like that. I mean, you're right. He must have been doing the shopping from the enemy's secret shop.
That's the only thing I can imagine. Yep. Or maybe it flew through that ward on a weird angle and they caught it. I don't know. Well, Bengen gonna be the next thing caught around here.
I see the Mara's going to drop down the Doom, but Supreme should be able to back out of this one. He's on full retreat right now. Yeah, easily so. He's zipping around with this haste rune upon him. Might even think about go back in as Force and Narman could be ready to jump in, especially if Force finds a black hole. He's going to tease around with Ari the Malefice. Still holding to the side. BZM actually is able to finally jump over towards Supreme. Gets it on top of the Razor, Ari. Still keeping his distance from Force. They've got the numbers here, OG. They want to keep pushing on. They surround the Enigma. Force, he's going to be going down here. And the curse as well, thrown out onto Narman, OG, and pick up the 2 kills.
Oh, they're just sweeping into them with these 2 blink daggers. And now a Force staff as well there for Whisper. So mobility is just crazy right now. They cannot let their foot off the gas. That is how you win this game as OG. Use it to get as much map control as possible. Get some good wards down, and then just keep killing them the second they leave the towers. Like, look where that ward is planted by Seb. This is a, like, when they're on their towers thinking they're safe, we're just going to dive and kill them. Oh, Force, look at this TV from Force. From the fountain. He wants back in.
Oh, looks like OG went. Stick around for any action. I mean, top lane, Bengen. Let's see with Unit. I don't know if the 2 of them can make an attempt for BZM. He's pretty beefy. Yeah, BZM's going to be allowed to do what he wants here. OG sweeping up to see if they can find anyone still sticking around. That's BZM. He will find them. He's in with the Dragon Tail, Bengen. He's going to be going down unless this TP works out the damage. It's enough. Bengen's gone. Seb finds the kill. He can get the push going on towards another tier 1 tower here. OG taking objectives. And Narman's watching from the sidelines. Force also around, but still kind of hard for them to take a fight here unless they really do bring everyone in. It's been scanned out as well by OG. OG know that Mouz are waiting in the sidelines. They're going to try and tease with BZM, try and push him off the tier 1 for now. Narman looking for a toss back. He won't find it. At least not yet. TP out from BZM. They'll start to bail, but at the same time, actually, Whisper's going to commit in with the lasso onto Narman. Didn't have the follow damage. In fact, the curse is used, but it's just going to have to be an effort to disengage now from OG. A couple of ults used rather awkwardly. They won't be able to find anything aggressive. They just have to ult and run away.
Blink number 3 is online. Seb is a couple hundred gold away from Blink number 4.
Damn. So this is got to be probably the quickest, honestly, in like most games. Like, well, Seb, he's going to be a little slow on his Blink, as Mouz will find him. But for a team to have had 4 Blink daggers at this sort of timing, that like never happens, right? To have 4 Blink daggers on 4 of your heroes, yeah. It's pretty wild.
Oh, there's Ari revealing his Blink. Geez, Bengen and Narman are just, you know, it's hard. I feel like they're always. I mean, Narman hasn't died as many times, but you can see he's putting himself in these positions where he's just like sitting up ahead, trying to be in the way between OG and the cores. As that courier, the Mithril Hammer. I cannot believe that courier made it.
Supreme, he probably shouldn't make it.
Nope. Oh, Ari? Uh-oh. He locked himself in the trees. All right. Buyer beware on the Blink Dagger. Sometimes you blink into a little tree hole and you can't get out. He's like, hey, I know they have a warrior, guys. Unfortunately, it is expiring.
I mean, Ornit's looking to go again. He's going to make another jump onto Seb. Ooh, forced to the side. Forces him with a Malefice. Drop the curse, Seb, but it's unlikely to save him because Unit and Armin, they're outside of the range of it. They'll kill Seb. There's some good kills for Unit to be finding. A couple of nice jumps there with the Blink Concoction. And sure, he may have had the sort of the delayed delivery on his Radiance. No, he didn't pay for Expedited. But he's got it now, and he's getting action, and he's halfway towards the BKB.
Yeah, it is really frustrating how much he lost out just in that minute and a half. Like, that's the whole point of Alk, is getting that ASAP because of how much it increases your farm. That part was painful. Well, painful time here for Narman. Maybe again, 4 seconds till the blink. Oh yeah, never mind. He got saved because they're gonna kill Ulnid instead.
Yeah, they'll drop the Doom as well. Happy to just use these ults to guarantee the kills.
And this is a Orchid also just picked up for Tomato, who's gonna run right into Force with it. Oh, put him in the blender, Tomato!
And he's out. Easy one there for Tomato. Still keeping his farm solid and in line with that of Unit's Alchemist. 19 minutes in. Man to Orchid. Solo kills will also always be open for him. Over towards the mid area. They're looking towards Narman. Diving the tier 2 here, Whisper. He's going in for it. I mean, it looks like that. Well, I mean, are they going to get it? The grip's out onto Seb. They'll get the Cold Embrace off. They will manage to get away with this. They're getting away with quite a bit here. 2 kills underneath the tier 2 tower. And well, Seb will die. The last hit of the tower, but the rest of them able to walk away.
Man, that's beautiful stuff right there. I mean, you see them just like diving these towers going crazy. It's because of these blinks of the plan. Like that ward they planted in front of the tier 2 in the mid lane, it's giving them all this vision to dive there. That ward that they planted down by the tier 2 in the bottom lane, again, the idea is like they want to know the second people are at these towers because they're just going to mass blink, just kill them. They're trying to take advantage of the fact they're playing a little bit split. They have another ward in the same spot in the top lane. They're just like spotting exactly where Mouz is moving, going there as a unit, and just going a little bit crazy. That's the plan. And they have not had a chance to use Narman's Blink at all. This is their first real attempt at it here out of the smoke.
Let's have a look at smoke dispels. They know someone's up here, but Ari's already out. Well, they're going to jump. They'll get Narman. Quite the opposite of what he was hoping to happen as he made this trip out onto the map with his Blink Dagger. He ends up being the one getting jumped.
And you're all running away now from this Blink Dagger lineup. Oh, I cannot force.
And at the same time, in the bit over on the lane, they'll get banging. The Blink strat's working out.
It's good because you have to go all in on the concept, right? It's not like they played it slow or chill at all. They recognize, like, we have to get all these kills for this to be worth it. And another aspect of why it's working so well, it's not only just the wards that they've been planting down like crazy, it's just the Naga Siren illusion. They just have so much information of where they're playing on the map, and that's what gives Blink Dagger's power, is when you have the knowledge of where someone is.
OG, and a very good spot to keep this going and keep up this momentum. Very, very strong right now on the map. And the map very scary for Mouz. And 9k lead. It's 22 minutes in. And this is against the Alk lineup. You never feel good when you're the Alk lineup and you're this far behind on gold.
No, that's some bad accounting right there. Holding this Ob sentry on the pillar here. There's no BKB yet on Enigma. He's getting kind of close, but a recipe away. We haven't had a chance at a black hole. Start thinking, how do you get back into a game like this? What are your possible opportunities? It's probably going to be Supreme's BKB. Maybe he can make a play through a Naga song. Narman knows what's going on here. Scared back by an illusion. There goes Bengen.
And Whisper, another catch.
Supreme did a good job cutting off that wave up top. And then just instantly TP's out. A little bit scared up there.
We're getting these towers hit. Bang and TP in.
The Nightmare setup.
He's got the grip as well. But the curse is there from Seb. Puts a stop to the grip. Still those Supremes in on top of BZM with a good static link. The concoction's out. BZM, he's going to pay for this one.
Can Narman find more here with this Blink Dagger? This would be so huge for them. He hasn't gotten anything out of this Blink yet.
Oh, they're too quick on the escape.
Not.
Yeah, them with their own blinks, they're just able to create such a distance between themselves and Mouz when they need to retreat. Hard to chase.
Supreme feeling a bit more confident there with that BKB. He just kind of stands tall in the mid lane. Tomato can't really threaten him. Cut that lead down by a little bit. And OG, now you kind of got some decisions to make in terms of, you know, how much do you want to just keep these lanes going? How much should we be dedicating to heading in towards Roche? Let's kind of scout this out a little bit here as they get hit by the Storm Surge. All right, is it Force's time? We're going to get the first Black Hole, Owen?
I mean, they're going to get the drag back on with the toss onto Whisper. There's the song. See what Tomato considers here. He's going to still get caught by the concoction. They're moving in with the BKB on Unit Force. Watching for the side, but he's going to get knocked back by the Flame Break. And Seb, he's in on top of them with the Arctic Burn. So it's hard for Force to get the blink off. Seb continuing to stop Force from being able to make the jump in. Force will settle for the Black Hole in the mid, but he gets immediately caught by the silence. Tomato able to simply Orchid the Enigma. Put a stop to the Black Hole. I mean, they still take the fight. So all things considered, and the Black Hole stopped, you know, they'll take that Mouz in a game that they were losing for the most part. They get 2 kills, and they don't lose anyone themselves.
Sometimes you just want to hit your ulti, you know? You just want to see what it felt like again. So, not the worst there. Kind of hilarious how simple that was for a Tomato, that's for sure. The range on Orchid is just ridiculous.
And Hari got a bit greedy there, trying to push out the bottom wave on his own. The grip's up. It's going to be another one. So, just like that, Mouz finding 3 kills and starting to shut down that pretty sizable lead that OG did have.
Yep. Is he fine? Yeah, okay, never mind. We're good. I thought maybe they're going to try and do something here, but he's just getting his D wards and getting out. But, yeah, I mean, this comes down to this idea of, like, controlling the map and then the transition phase. Because they're just diving all the towers, feeling great about it, but once these items start to come out, like the BKBs, you can't be quite as willy-nilly about your dives. Of course, it's his BKB now, so the next Black Hole obviously has quite a bit more threat. Feel like it's probably time for OG to maybe make their way towards a Roche pit. Not a lot more to gain in on the map here as BZM has also finished up his BKB. Ari with the Veil in towards the potential for Shiva's. No, sells the Veil. Says, never mind, I want BKB. So he's going to save up for that instead.
Well, we'll manage to get the tier 2 top here with the push of the illusions from Tomato. OG still keeping the pressure up despite taking a bit of a hit in that those last few moments. Now they'll look towards the Roshan. BZM and Tomato into the pit. It'll be an easy Aegis for them. And Tomato having the Bloodthorn complete.
Yeah, really speeds it up.
See how much of a push they can go with. They have this Aegis. They're going to be feeling pretty strong. As you said before, the fact that they went heavy in on this Blink Dagger investment, you've only got to imagine that they want to keep the pressure up. They don't want to sit back. They want to keep fighting, and if anything, they want to be diving the high ground. They're ready to jump in, pull heroes back, and also be able to reset or bail out around the safety of Tomato's song if required.
I think Mouse have done a very good job of finding the farm on the map in this situation, considering it was a like 4 Blink Dagger fast draft from OG. Like the amount of gold that Supreme found on the edges of the map while they were all being pressured was really good. And now they're gonna grab onto Ari here with that fresh BKB if they don't finish this though.
I mean, the song's
There's
going to come out.
The song.
And of course, this isn't going to stop the fact that Supreme is building up a lot of static link damage. Tomato who closing on to Bangan. They'll kill off the Bane, see if they can get Supreme as well. They've got the lasso. They'll drag him up onto the cliff. And he is simply going to go for the BKB TP out, and he'll make it away safely. He is going to be fine. The damage not enough to take him down in the fountain, so Supreme will live. That's a fair few ults thrown down for him.
And they're definitely showing the value of the Winter Wyvern pick, though, because they were so clumped on OG there, and Force still can't go in, because Seb is just hanging way in the back, this early Blink Dagger. Force is just completely stuck.
He's in with a jump on a Tomato. He sees Tomato pushing the bottom lane. Sure, Tomato's got the Aegis, but they may have a chance of taking him down a second time. We'll see at the side. BZM trying his best to help out. Force pots the BKB. He's heading up. He's going to have the black hole. BZM will simply be able to kill him from outside of the black hole, but not before Mouz have taken down Tomato. As OG, need to be careful here. See if they have any chance of getting back in. Seb has got the curse back up. But yeah, quite the loss there. Losing the Aegis and losing his life subsequently after their Tomato. Pushing forward on that bottom lane, didn't have the backup. Got just a little bit ahead of himself there, Trent.
Yeah, I think that was a good play from Force too. Like, I think he recognized, like, I'm probably done in this situation anyway. At least I know Seb's far enough away right now that I can get my ulti off. So I'm just going to try and ensure we get this kill at Tomato. Completely fine with that, because killing the Naga Siren is what gets you back out on the map. Helps push things back out. Crazy that this lead is dwindling this much at this point, and they immediately have lost their Aegis advantage. Mouse have got to be feeling the momentum like they're back in this game. BZM all alone down here, no pressure onto Ulnit as he gets back. I mean, he recently picked up the Mjolnir at the secret shop, feeling more powerful than ever before. And once more, they feel so comfortable moving out on this map. Doing a great job, like way up here to the north. Supreme and Bang is kind of moving together, potentially even catching Ari if he had made a wrong turn there with a grip. It's like he's getting bullied out of what should be a pretty far and distant land for Mouz.
I mean, and I guess the question is now that you've lost the Aegis on the Naga Siren, what's the game plan here for OG? I mean, do they still feel sort of pressure to try and make sort of some sort of aggressive play near the base of Mouz? Do they have to sort of just hope that one of Mouz walks out and they can catch them off guard? You know, what's the next move for OG with the lead that they have, but a lead that they really can't afford to start losing?
They have this gem still on Whisper, so I think the plan should be Vision lockdown here as he tries to go in.
I mean, they don't have that gem for much more. The gem's gone. Wait, did he blink in on that?
Yeah, that was his gem, yeah.
Okay.
All right, well.
I mean, this definitely hurts for OG. They may have the gold lead, but
really bad, Owen.
Yeah, this could get really rough really quickly if OG don't tighten things
Ari,
up.
Thinking about it.
And the BKB's out, so Doom for what? All right, he's going to be perfectly fine. Supreme, he's back to the high ground, back to the base. Yeah, a little bit of kind of OG shaking a little bit.
Did he did just jump in himself, right? I'm not crazy? Yeah, he definitely did. Okay. That was wild. Yeah, so in my head, the thought process was, okay, well, they still have this gem and all this crazy mobility. So you deny all Radiant wards, you get your own vision down, and you punish this sneaking out of the base and farming that they're managing to do on Mouz. Because it is punishable. They are pretty split up in a lot of these situations, and you have this, like, very good displacement of just, like, blink, lasso, force staff, we're gone, and then DK follow-up stuns you, and you just don't have a chance to respond. But now they have lost that vision advantage. And now, hopefully, for Mouz, they get some wards out on the map. Then, you know, they're also starting to build things up. Like, Narman still kind of struggling to really get much going on in terms of, like, providing kills for the team with this blink. But now that they actually are growing in strength, it could be an opportunity. I think in the team fights as well, Narman might have the biggest impact, because I assume he's going to just try and find Seth. Like, that would be an ideal situation to me, is that he is just jumping in the back, trying to find Seb, trying to tag him with some damage, and then opening up the game for Force, who is closing in on a Lincoln's. That's the other big item in this game.
what's an OG in terms of what they've got coming up soon? I mean, it very much feels like we're going to see that sort of feeling of when you have the bat as the offlaner for Whisper, it's kind of at this stage that he's going to start falling behind a bit, and it's up to sort of Ari to pick up and really turn into kind of the core that they need as the game scales. They're moving from kind of the position 4 to kind of a more core role in priority. Needs those big items. Is trying to get the Hex online next. Because the bat offlane is gonna, it's just gonna feel more and more like a bat support as the sort of minutes pass.
Yeah, well, the lack of gem here on Seb gonna result in a free kill. As he's just flying under some vision. I mean, he'll know it's there, but I don't know if he'll have many opportunities to deal with it. Many Ogre Sealed Totems this game. Enigma's now picked one up. Tiny's got one. Bane's got one. We're flopping all over the place.
We'll see, Mouz may be feeling strong enough to try and make an effort for the tier 1 tower bottom. Well, it's pretty close to being taken out. They'll hit them with the scan OG, so they know the Mouz is around here. BZM ready to show and hold the tower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ari is sitting here with this smoke, so they're going to go for a big maneuver. Now, they have this one deep ward. This is their best piece of vision that's left on the map for OG, down near the Radiant Tier 3. And that's going to spot Ulna heading back into the base.
Middle tower is under attack.
So they might not be too happy with what they find on this big smoke maneuver. It's going to be Megan.
Yeah. Not the biggest of kills. In fact, probably the one that Mouz don't mind losing the most. In fact, they might not even lose him. Narman gives his life there to save Bengen.
Not the gem.
As Narman, and he isn't getting out. He'll go down. So, at the same time, Supreme tried to go in onto Tomato. The cold embrace was there.
It was kind of a get off Ulnet situation, because Ulnet ended up getting like netted near the tier 3. So
okay. So they said
it was a bit of a panic.
But I guess, all things considered, not really worth for Narman to save Bengen, as you said, being the fact that Narman was the one that was holding the gem, so ends up losing that.
Yeah.
Should have just let his Bane go.
He was definitely close to getting the save as well. If he had got force staffed by somebody, or maybe if the Ogre Steel Totem had gotten off, there's certainly a chance that he escapes before Whisper grabs him, but Whisper a bit too quick on that one. It's going to put them back in the base. I don't know if they're bold enough to take the Tormentor. That seems a little crazy.
Let's see what they can go for now, OG. A good kill or so there, and again, they're keeping all the waves pretty much pushed up towards the base of Mouz. Timing for Roshan, though, it is there. Roshan back up.
You see Ulnet drawing a line here from the base. Maybe thinking about sneaking along the side of the map here, play towards that Roche. Force is still pretty far away from that Lincoln Sphere overall, especially if he plans on keeping buyback. And now Tomato's just soloing Roche. Man, getting through an Aegis and a Cheese is going to be really hard for them. Oh, he's worried? Okay. He's not going to get it. I mean, he had quite a bit of time there. But Mouz are coming out. Narman.
Oh,
he's in.
He is. It's a tanky DK. A very tanky DK, and the Stallion Link is going to be broken, so unlikely to be able to finally kill that. Ari's going to drop the Doom down onto Unit, so Unit's got to back off for now. They'll lose Narman, of course, off the back of that failed attempt to start the fight. OG, the question is if they can maybe try and punish Mouz even more. BZM closing in on towards Bang and Whisper. They'll jump forward, but it is underneath Supreme. There'll be a buyback coming in from Narman. They figure this fight is going to get forced by OG. They want to be able to return fire with a full 5 of them. Concoction thrown out into Tomato. I mean, Tomato might be in trouble. Oh, I'm choking.
Another
Sorry.
black hole?
Black hole's there on towards Tomato. He's dead. He's choking as well. BZM, he's also dead. Oh, I thought I was the one choking the hardest in that moment, but that was rough hit for OG. Apparently so. They just lost BZM and Tomato. Oh, this is bad news for OG.
Commentating was a hazard.
Yeah. Oh, let me have a drink. Oh, yeah, dangerous occupation.
As you can see here on the Owen stream, we do have amazing production value. We actually have live comms from the teams. So thank you for that. Listen in there, production. As Mouz will now move into the Roche pit.
It's going to be theirs.
I thought this Aegis Cheese was going to OG, like, certainly. Also, man, that was a crazy fight. Force is a madman. The way he plays these fights, like, he is just so stone-faced when it comes to, like, he's just getting tagged by spells. He sees them coming. He doesn't panic. He's relying on his Ogre Seal Totem and he's not even thinking about his Blink Dagger. He's an utter madman, and that's an Aegis now for an Alchemist and a Cheese for the Razor.
Yeah, OG, they're just really struggling to push this lead. And now Mouz, they've got Narman on the front, and he's finding Seb. It's going to be another one here for Mouz. I mean, in one more fight, and this lead that OG have managed to sort of hold on to, it's going to be gone. And in the mid, I mean, Bengen, has he got control for this? He's not got Fiend's Grip yet for 7 seconds. Tomato's with him, but I don't know if Tomato wants to be with him. He's going to get thrown back towards Unit. Unit's got the BKB. Tomato's got to run. The slow comes in from Supreme. See if he's out. I don't know if he's going to be able to run away from this.
BZM's here too.
There's going to be the net to hold back. What the hell's going? What the hell? What was going on? I don't. Oh, it's the pull of the link, isn't it? Yeah. It was just completely stuck against that corner. He couldn't run. And Whisper's dead. That's the gem. I don't know if they saw that he had the gem. So at least that might be something for OG. But overall, this is all just bad news for OG. The Avalanche is there for Narman. They're going to kill Ari as well. It's now up to Mouz with the advantage. I mean, much more than the 1k gold shows when you consider how much OG have just lost in those kind of last 10 minutes. This is Mouz taking the lead by quite a bit, Trem.
Yeah, I would say so. I cannot believe they've actually taken the gold lead back right now. This is insane. BZM just trying to push something out here with the illusions up top. Seb as well. I mean, this is something that has become much more prolific in Pro Dota, is the panic lane push. People are a lot better at this, just recognizing how much you can do so that you don't lose as many objectives in these terrible situations. But the mid lane is still being heavily hit right now.
Yeah.
And there's a slow creep wave eventually making it up top. This is double catapults too right now. Roaming on in.
Has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
This tower's gone. Tier 2 falling here. Mouz feeling very good about themselves right now. OG definitely going to be sweating a little bit. It's a tough situation now to play themselves out of, now that they've lost this advantage.
And so many things have now come out for Mouz. I mean, the biggest one, of course, was like this fully prepped Enigma. He's actually in the game. I did not think he was going to make it with how many struggles Force was having, but what can they do if he gets in there with the link into the BKB? I guess your options are maybe a Doom. It's very hard to position Doom, though, with his current items. It's not like he's any cast range advantage or something. Like, Doom is not an easy target to hit on this Enigma. And then, of course, they'd have to, like, layer it with Curse. So, not a lot of options. I guess Lasso as well.
Banging.
That's another option, so.
He just drops his ward down and he finds himself a nice little bonus. Gets some vision up and he finds Seb.
They're in full-on split the map mode. There is a wave coming in up top right now with some Dragon Knight Illusions. They're getting some great chip damage on both towers. So some win there for BZM, slowly whittling things away. And it is a Naga Siren lineup, so over time.
Tomato, he's playing with fire there. I mean, he might still get found. No, okay, the silence is there in time onto Narman. Stops a potential toss back, so Narman won't be able to get the catch onto... Ooh. A little bit of a pause here for BZM. But, a bit of a crucial moment, honestly. This is Mouz charging at OG. Not quite sure the reason of the pause. You can't avoid the fact that both teams are probably going to be heavily discussing what they're about to do.
Yeah.
I mean, Mouz going to continue to chase in on this. They are. Oh, Force! He's got the big catch. He's in with the black hole. Is Tomato dead? 70 seconds without him. He's gone. He doesn't have buyback as well. They've got creeps pushing on the bottom lane. They should be at least able to get a tier 2.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They continue to slip behind here. OG. Mouz crushing the map.
This is the eventuality of Enigma. You know, the almighty, the all-knowing, the universe-expanding hero. Eventually, the game becomes yours sometimes when you play this hero. It's been a certainty throughout all of Dota's time that there becomes a point where you have this threat of Blink, BKB, Black Hole. And you can just take out any hero. As Whisper and Seb just going to sit here and watch. BZM's doing his thing, though. He's hitting those range racks.
He is. He's trying his best.
Lane pushed.
See how much it can get. TP's already coming back in from Supreme. At the same time, okay, lasso from Whisper. They'll be able to catch Banging on the retreat. So they will get 1 kill out of this. And looks like the range racks will fall. So BZM able to find something there with a split push of the illusion.
I mean, you'll take that, honestly, right? It's very impressive that you actually managed to keep a lane that pushed out that you get to take a Rax in that situation, even if it's just the ranged. OG, it feels like they just have like so many opportunities with their draft though, but because of this Naga side, like you would think with how the games are playing out that there's no way that there should be 2 lanes in favor of OG right now across the river, you know? But I mean, this is the power of this hero and what you can achieve. That they, despite losing these fights over and over and over again, they still get back to the high ground.
Let's see what they can get. As you say, with the fact that they managed to get all the creep waves back in good position, can they themselves with the heroes actually break the base of Mouz? Despite the way that the past 15 minutes have gone, shifting this game into Mouz's favor. Oh. A little bit of a pause arena.
Yeah, clearly some unfortunate tech issues here.
Yeah. Very important moments of the game. Oh, sorry, did we miss that? Who did he hand out an Ags to? You probably said and I probably missed.
Nope, I also did not see it.
Was handed it over to, I mean, understandably, you know, man of the moment, gave it over to Force.
Mm-hmm.
So Force got a free Aghanims.
Very, very powerful Aghanims here, especially on the high ground too. Things can be a little bit more clumped, the pull can be a bit more effective. See this vision right now from the dragons flying in. And again, this chip damage on the towers.
It's just so scary approaching the base now if you're OG. It's not easy to get in on this.
Look how spread they still are, though. Like, they're not really worried about Mouz just jumping out on one person.
Nama's going to try. He's out on the hunt. Has been hit by the scan, though, so OG know that there is this movement leaving the base, and BZM continuing to take objectives. Another tower to fall. The illusions spam from BZM and Tomato definitely still causing issues for Mouz.
OG are playing this really well. I mean, yeah, the fights haven't been great, and there have been some issues, but this situation right here, where they get all the lanes back, and these illusions are just taking the towers, they don't have an answer to this right now.
Whisper's going to get caught, though. They will finally find a catch here around their base, Mouz. They take out the bat. There's the refresher now done on Supreme. And Narman, he's looking for Seb. Seb, he's out with the blink, and he's away. Let's have a look. I mean, actually, down bottom, Force, he had his eyes on Ari. He's in with the blink. He's going to commit the black hole for this one. He'll drop it. More than happy to set up for these little kills. Azari will fall. They weren't able to get the kill, and now with 2 heroes
BZM,
dead.
though.
Yeah, he's taking the whole top set now.
Yep.
The melee rack's gone. BZM, yeah, very much doing it here, trying to carry OG through these tough times.
Oh, and there. No blinks left. They can't catch Tomato right now. He's just getting out of there.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
And the
BZM
mid-racks.
just- jeez.
Tomato.
Yeah, this is insane.
All the range racks. So the only thing that is remaining is the melee racks in the bottom lane and the melee racks on the mid lane. You know, this sort of slow but sure chip damage here from both the illusions of the Naga Siren and the DK. It's definitely becoming a problem for Mouz.
Enigma's Octarine Core barely getting past BZM.
Bottom lane, Seb tried to drop the curse on Supreme to get away, but it's not going to be long enough to allow him to survive. So the base taking heavy damage, but Mouz continuing to get kills on the map.
Banging, getting desperate here, picking up the Dagon just to deal with these DK illusions. It's a great choice.
Not a bad shout at all. They've got to stop this damage coming in, otherwise they will be playing against Mega Creeps sooner than later.
This is a very frustrating way to lose your advantage on the map. Supreme being chased down here. Has the Lincolns. Nice pop.
Should be, very, very dead. Oh, actually, he's able to get the BKB. No, yes, he's gone. They didn't have any further way to stop that. BKB TP out. The Doom damage will not kill him.
Yeah, not enough on the old rotations quite yet.
Dire are scanning.
Roche up in 3 seconds right now.
Well, that is... Yeah, I mean, they will do it pretty quickly with Unit.
Narman's going to go back in and check. Say, oh, hey.
Ooh. Did he see it, or did he head out before it?
No, it was definitely in there.
Yeah, they're aware.
When he checked. Yeah.
Oh, they see Seb. They know that Seb just TP'd over. They're going to have the toss set up, Seb. He'll get the cold embrace off. But I don't think he's getting out of this.
Motto's coming through.
Oh. Oh, run. Run! You gotta run! Get out of there, sir! This is not a safe place to be!
Feather!
Oh my goodness, indeed, the feather does save him for now, and now backup comes in. Whispers here. Tomato, considering getting back in onto Unit, BZM from the distance has the damage, at least a decent amount with the Dragon Form. Unit's just going to turn and close in upon him. So if there's going to be any further backup coming in from Mouz, there is Force. He's in with a black hole. He's caught the two of them. Unit's able to throw the concoction over towards Whisper. They've got the toss of the BZM. BZM's dead, and Tomato's dead as well. A team fight gone horribly wrong there for OG, as they make the call to try and commit in for the team fight, and it does not work out. It's 4 dead on OG. Mouz lose nobody.
Yeah, and they're saying straight down mid. I mean,
Yep.
they know over and over again they can't contest them, even on even footing. Like, despite feeling stronger, they can't get them near their own base. Advantage of the vision here from Bengen. He's out of mana, though. But all in the tier time.
Yeah, they've got the damage. I mean, Ari's not quite sure. Maybe he wanted to sort of hang around and try and cut one of the creep waves. But unfortunately for himself was caught under vision. Time to push.
Yeah, it's your only move. I mean, he's got buyback. He's definitely just trying to grab one wave, even if it costs him his life.
And see how much damage they can get done. Of course, in terms of the base situation, back at home, they've got a melee racks in the mid and a melee racks in the bottom lane. Everything else has been taken from them. They themselves yet to take a tier 3 from OG. So this is their first chance to really get some damage done to OG's base. See how much they can do here, Mouz. How are we doing on those?
Boss level 2 on Alchemist as well, so he can't just join in at any moment here.
And he's close to having what will be the second Aghanims to give out to someone. Who's going to be top of his list? Who are you giving to that Aghanims? Who are you giving that Aghanims to next?
I think Razor's just the most reliable.
Just Razor, yeah.
Fair to say.
Yeah, Supreme's super strong.
Yeah, and you just get free value out of it, right? It just does its thing. I don't think Narman has time to channel a tree volley, nor the damage for it anyway. And Bane is pretty unreliable. But OG still have another chance to set up this perimeter around the base and continue this push. We saw how much they struggled to deal with it last time. They're a lot stronger now than previously, though. So perhaps Mouz won't allow them to get away with it. Good news is that it being melee racks, of course, they've also regen quite a bit. So that chip damage has now been worn off with all this fighting. Mid lane, they're going to find BZM. He blinks in time. Ooh, Ogre Seal flop too. Nice. But Narman, He's coming
I mean,
in.
they're chasing on.
BKB.
They're in with the avalanche. Toss back here. I mean, Whisper was trying to TP over, but the creep gets killed off. The refreshers pop. They're happy to full commit in onto BZM. They're trying to get BZM out of this. Seb using the cold embrace, but the static link, of course, continues to build up damage here for Supreme. And look at this damage just tear through BZM. He's out for 95 seconds. They've got the lasso on a Supreme. They drag him in up to the high ground. He should be pretty dead here. They'll get him. And at the same time, they're losing more. They lost Tomato. Well, outside of the base. He's had to buy back. He died elsewhere. Seb gets off the curse, but the tree coming in from Narman kills Seb off. Another buyback comes out now from Seb, but they're having to back away from Mouz, as Mouz are now allowed to hit the high ground, hit the tier 3s. No BZM for a whole minute. He is 20 gold short of buyback, so he will soon have it, but soon might not be good enough. You're
And it is just the first lane that they're bullying. So OG have a little bit of time to think things through here. The no curse is certainly hurting, though. That's one of their better tools to try and win this fight. Is almost just jumping in.
I mean, he is. He's going to get caught by a Hex, but he doesn't care at all. He turns it towards Seb. The money is back up for BZM to have the buyback. He'll use it immediately, make the jump over Narman, but there's Force! He's in with the black hole. He's caught BZM. He's caught Ari. Supreme moves in with the damage. Ari trying to run from Force, but he's taken out. He's out for 80 seconds. Tomato's trying to find the Enigma, focuses in on towards Force, will get him, turns over towards Narman. It's another one here for Tomato, picking up the triple kill. They're holding a little bit, but they're now down 2 heroes, Ari and Seb, who do not have buyback. Meanwhile, Mouz, they're happy to use their buybacks to continue to try and close this game up, get straight back into the base of OG. As they're onto the bottom set of racks, Unit having to deal with the illusions. Will get dispersed so he can escape for now. BZM back in with the Dragon Tail stun. Unit's getting low, but the BKB's up. Post the BKB backs away. Whisper. He's got the lasso on the Supreme. And the Dragon Tail for BZM. Unit jumping forward, and Supreme, he's able to get the BKB and the Satanic off. He's healing up. Turns towards Whisper. Tomato using the song. It will allow Whisper to escape back towards the fountain, but they're going to continue to try and hold 3 versus 4. Unit, the Lotus Orb upon him. It's not going to save him. OG will be able to finally get this Alchemist. They're doing their best here, the 3 of them, to try and hold back against Mouz, and it looks like it's working for now.
Look at Radiant base right now. I mean, Alk has buyback, so you can't YOLO in, but, I mean, there's only the one melee racks mid now, keeping them away from Megas. The creeps did a lot of work during that fight for OG.
Things to calm down a little bit now. OG starting to respawn. I'll switch things over for the buyback statuses here for you, ladies and gentlemen, as that's what matters the most. As you can see, pretty much in the last couple of minutes, everybody apart from Ari using their buyback. So 9 out of 10 buybacks being dropped in that last minute or so of gameplay. And the resulting situation at the base, indeed, is on Mouse's side. They did lose that bottom melee rack, so they're only holding onto 1 melee racks themselves mid. OG, they lost the full set mid, and they lost the range racks on the bottom lane. Rest still standing here for OG, and OG, they're heading out on the base, but, I mean, Roshan ain't respawning for a very long time, so nothing to be had here.
I think they're grouping for a smoke here.
Okay.
I think that's what Ari was trying to ping for. He's got quite a few with him. Waves are out. DK Illusion's doing work here.
But
I mean, as you said, the buybacks are virtually all gone.
This is the scary bit for both teams. If you start dying now, you will lose. And the fight, it's going to kick off a little bit here. Oh, he's ended up on the cliff. He's ended up on the cliff. That might work to his benefit here. To see the Doom being held back by Ari for now. He won't drop it yet. Supreme's BKB comes to an end. There's the jump force. He's in with the black hole onto Ari. Ari's gone. Tomato, he's also getting... Oh, he's being put on the cliff. Oh, can he TP out of this? Oh, my goodness, he can. They didn't have any BKBs up. They had nowhere to stop it. Tomato's out. And now the curse is there from Seb. Is he on it, trying to wrap around from the side? Narman's fulling loads of the damage here as his teammates focus him through the curse. He'll be able to Yules up. You see Unit chasing on towards Tomato. Supreme's able to bots over with the bots too to continue to help chase down the Naga Siren, but Tomato's forced to the side. He's fine for now. Seb keeping his distance, poking back in towards Force. BZM pushing him with the illusions onto Unit. Unit turns now towards Tomato. The buyback comes up from Ari. As I said, he was the one person that still had his buyback available. He's ready to try and rejoin the fight. The jump's been made over towards Bengen. They're in with the Hex. Ari turns towards Unit. Another concoction is going to be coming out, but still no chemical rate for 15 seconds. Unit's got to be careful. It's Tomato. He's right in the thick of it here, trying to clean up the kills, and he's doing it. He's taken out Bengen. He looks towards Supreme, but Supreme's healing up with the Satanic. The save from Seb. The Cold Embrace.
The creeps are on the Ancient. They're
He's giving
on the
Tomato
right
a second
now.
chance here. Unit, he's in trouble though. He's going to pop the cheese. They're trying to kill Tomato. Tomato will fall, but Unit is gone. Supreme, the last one left standing. OG surely able to deal with him. 4 versus 1. They do. They've done it. They've done it, OG. They'll get the victory here. GG is called. But my goodness, they're going to be sweating after that one, Trent. That was an edge of your seat game. OG are able to come out on top, but my goodness, what a game to start this series, Trent.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. And what's really painful there, too, is like that's the one hero that had buyback, right? Because Force knows that I just want to eliminate someone from this game. So I'm going to blink, and I'm just going to get my black hole down on somebody. And unfortunately, he got Ari. The only hero who had buyback. And he had to wait a little bit for the gold and everything, but he gets it. Ari finds his buyback, gets back into the game, joins the fight. And suddenly the black hole not being an issue there. Tomato as well, the blink in at the end there too. The big blender damage, huge play. Definitely a little bit risky there, obviously, but they felt like they had taken the fight in a good spot. They had the advantage. And Mouz not able to use all their biggest tools in that engagement. The continuous pressure on the lanes from OG was very, very impressive this game.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Having the sort of the DK Naga strat going definitely kept their dreams alive here. And yeah, after sort of a mid-game choke, they're able to recover.